Restoration.
Thank you for choosing us wherever you're watching us from. We're saying thank you to our sponsors, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Special Malt, Yaz Washing Powder, and Yaz Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes. To GTP New Style, thank you so much. To Ophelia of ABS Collection, thank you very much for this outfit. To Roji One Hair Studio, Darkuman Kokompe Eye Clinic. Roji, thank you very much for my hair. And thank you, big thank you going out to Afro Chick by Hair by Stacy for my extensions. Natural Girls, now you know the worries are over. You can now have your 10 inches long hair or 20 inches long hair by Kind Courtesy Afro Chick. If you want to place an order, call 020-274-7464. 020-274-7464. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we will be sure to deliver it to you for free. And I mean that, for free. In every stage of life, we all have a story. Some are stories that we are proud to share so that others can rejoice with us. Others are stories that we do not really want anyone, not even the closest person in our lives, to know. Today, our guest will be sharing stories that most people will not be too proud to share with everybody. Please welcome our guest, Madam Theresa MINTAH. Theresa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Finally, we're on. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
So, Madam Theresa actually got in touch with me via social media. And on reading your story, I was so moved that you would like to share this story. This is not a story most people would want to share. In your letter, you said you were abused at a very early age.
Yes.
How old were you?
I was 7.
7?
Yes.
Who were you living with and who abused you?
My parents, but we had an uncle who normally visited. And when my dad used to travel. So when my mom is not at home, my uncle would have to take care of us.
He was, let's say, a sort of a guardian.
Yes.
To you.
Yes. Like he frequents our homes. We knew him.
Okay.
He was part of the family, but he didn't stay with us. He comes and goes. So I would say he used to take care of us when my parents were not at home.
How many were you?
I have just one brother.
Okay, so just you and your brother.
Yes.
And at what point did you realize what uncle was trying to get you to do was no good?
I didn't know. In fact, it didn't only end with him, but I had a cousin who came to stay with us, and he was what I know today as a lesbian. And so she also tried to teach me and her sister, who is also my cousin, into doing the same thing. But with my uncles, I remember I was very small, but I remember
7 is pretty small.
I'll tell him I didn't like it, and he would tell me that if I tell my mom will beat me. And as I grew,
what was he doing exactly?
It's difficult to explain, but he didn't have sex with me, but he would make me suck his dick at that tender age. Yes. But today I sit back and I realize that there are many people who might have gone through that or even worse.
Why were you afraid to tell your parents?
I do not know, but I was very small.
Yeah.
But there were times
And
I remember.
I'm sure he threatened you.
With that, he would tell me if I tell my mom will beat me. That was what he used to say. And in my home, my dad never beat us. Mm-hmm. It was my mom who beat us when we go wrong. Yeah. Discipline. And so if you are told that you'll be beaten, you will fear. From stories that I have personally read and heard from people who have been abused, that is one way that people who, the perpetrators, they try to
put some
put
sort of
fear in you. Or they'll even tell you that if you do it, I'll kill you. And so you'll be set back. You wouldn't want people to know. I never talked about it until...
Were you happy with your life as a child? Because childhood is supposed to be nice. You're supposed to enjoy childhood, just be a child. Were you happy as a child?
I would say I was taking those aspects off. Because I was raised in a home where my mom is a Christian, my dad is a Christian. We enjoyed our home until certain issues cropped up between my mom and dad, and they had to separate. But we were very happy. We were happy.
You know, kids are always very transparent. They don't know how to lie. I'm sure there was someone you could at least trust.
I never told anyone. I never told anyone until I grew. I would say it was even my husband, my late husband, that I was able to voice. Yes, he was the first person I told.
So how long did he do this?
I don't really remember, but from 7 to up to 9 or 10, it wasn't a frequent thing. But anytime he came, yes, he had opportunity.
So by 10, children are beginning to understand certain things.
Yes.
Were you asking him questions?
I never did, but it got to a time
once
he stopped.
Came around, you knew that you had to go back to do that work.
He does that when there is nobody at home.
Okay. So were you always afraid when you were left in the house with just him?
There were times, yes. But I had no choice because he was like my guardian. He was supposed to take care of me at that time. It wasn't as if he was babysitting, but there needed to be someone around, yes, when my parents weren't around.
What would give him such nerve to do that to his niece? Growing up, have you thought about it? Was he going through some psychological issues himself? Or that is just who he is?
I've not come in contact with him as I grew. I don't even know where he is now. There were a few times I asked, where is Uncle so and so? And they'll tell me, oh, he's here, he's there. But I have never tried to even look for him.
And I'm sure when you asked, maybe they would think you had missed your uncle.
Yes, they know he's my uncle, but
find out.
Yes.
How did this affect you growing up?
It did. It did. In the sense that aside the abuse, there have been many attempts of rape. Yes, in my life as I grew, even to the time that I got to the Polytechnic. And so I've had so much effect in my life to the extent that even when I got married, it kept ringing in my mind. People who go through abuse are deeply affected. It's like you are shut from the normal life. You are in darkness. And
mostly people do not understand you.
Yes. There are times it may even get to a stage where you may not even want to bring out what really is in you. You feel you are different from other people. It takes strong people to really share what I'm sharing today.
It does.
Because you feel people will see you differently. But there are people out there who have gone through such.
So with your other cousins, the girls who are trying to introduce you to lesbianism, how were you able to fight that? Okay,
it continued for a while. Throughout the stay, my cousin's stay in my home, we slept in the same room. And so she used that as an advantage. It stopped when she also left our home. And For many years, I never saw her until my husband passed away when we met. I never asked any question, but she knows. I know what she did to me when I was small.
When you're small. So when you met your husband, may God bless his soul, how difficult was it for you? Because most girls who go through abuse from a very early stage find it difficult in relationships. You need an understanding partner. Most of them are not even able to give their husbands what they really want, because every time they have to do that duty, whatever happened to them in the past comes back.
Yes.
How difficult was it for you in your marriage?
Beginning, I didn't know it would affect me. I thought I was getting married, and when you're married, happy. Yes, you have sex and it's normal. But there were times that I felt reserved. I wouldn't want to. The feeling was never there, and it affected us in a way. But we always talked. We talked about it, and he was ready to help me in that aspect as well. It happened for a while till I would say it started fading away when I spoke about it. Yeah.
Because speaking about it really helps. Because until someone really understands you, understands the emotions and what you're going through, they would just not believe whatever you'd want them to believe.
Sure.
Was it difficult for him dealing with it?
I would say at a point, yes. But he felt, there was a time he even felt that it wasn't really my past, that I should just tune my mind and it will just go off. But he came to know me. He accepted me the way I am.
So we keep referring to him in the past.
Yes.
What happened to him? What got this relationship to where it is now?
Okay. In 2016, he wasn't too well. He realized that there was a lump under his left breast, and so we sought for medical checkup, and he was diagnosed of liver cancer. At that point, it was realized that he has gotten to like the peak of it, and
like stage 4?
Nothing could be done. The doctor said that it cannot be treated, but it will just be managed. And so he referred us to Kolebu, which we went, and there too, they had to book us. You know, when you are seeing, it wasn't a normal doctor.
Yeah, a
specialist. So they booked us for, I think, 2 months from the dates that he was discovered. Yeah. So we couldn't also sit down. We sought for other medical opinions from the herbal aspect as well. We started treatment from two different doctors with herbal medicines, and realized that with one it was even getting worse. One, he was given what we call a concoction to be drinking, and you can't even drink what has been given to you. So it got to a time he said he would want to just avoid all and wait for the doctor. So we went to see the doctor, and it was confirmed that it cannot be treated. There were multiple tumors on the liver. And normally what happens is if just a part has been infected, that place will be cut off, and then the liver will be allowed to grow. But in his case, it was multiple at different spots on the liver. So the recommendation was either we go for a transplant in India, or then he'll be put on the chemotherapy, where he'll be taking the drugs. And that was also not to cure him, but it was to kill the cells that was eating him up. And we were booked to go to India, but our church leaders also came in. In fact, it wasn't something that we could deal with alone. The church came in to support us, And the medicals of my husband was sent to the church headquarters, and they also confirmed the same thing. So they advised that even going to India will not really help. They are looking at, even if it happens, someone has to donate the liver. And you know, as humans, we have just one liver. And so then one has to die for the liver to be used. And outside, there are some livers that have been donated, and it will still need to be matched with my husband's blood type. Everything about him needs to match with the person whose liver is being used. And so we met as a family. The two families came together, and we decided that we will not be going to India. And that was the toughest time. It's like you're waiting.
How tough was it? It's like knowing that, okay, I'm preparing to die.
Yes, he was told. He was given 4 months. Yes, it started in May.
So every day he woke up, he knew he was just walking towards death.
Yes, but we were hoping that a miracle will happen. We prayed ceaselessly, hoping that a miracle will happen. We had revelations that the Lord will relieve him, but we didn't know the kind of relief that would come. Yeah. But today, I see the relief as he being taken by the Lord.
So was he able to live to the 4th month?
He extended.
Wow.
Yes. So
and I'm sure that even gave you more hope.
It gave us hope. He was supposed to leave in September, but it was extended to December. But he went through pain, serious pain.
When he exceeded September, what did he say? Was he excited?
I wouldn't say he was, because the pains he went through, at a point he even wished the Lord would take him, because he could cry. It was as if like there's blood oozing out of your body. Yes. You are, I don't know the kind of explanation I could give to him, but I can look at him, and even though I'm not in his shoes, I could feel what he was going through. He was a strong man, spiritually, physically, but when he experienced that, I could see how weak he had begun. Yes. At times he would want to wake up, like get up from the seat, and he couldn't. He would sleep and sleep will not come. We won't sleep. I'll have to wake up, like be by him. When he lies down, he will wake up again. Like sleep will not come because you are going through terrible pain. And that he went through that throughout the month till he passed on.
How tough was it for you?
It was tough, but I was strong, I might say. We have 3 kids. At a point we had to, my kids witnessed what happened. So he passed on when we had to take them to live with a family friend. But we all experienced that that time of our life together, especially my first and second children.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away easy.
Yas comfort, I got Yas confidence, I got Yas.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month? Yes.
I got Yas confidence, I got
Yes.
We got Yas protection, I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got Yas protection.
We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day, From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps, we know where you are in life and we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
I want fair before you. Walking's before you. In a mistress, me chinchy, man, anti my bread. Nasu Debbie, where the menya can say, who be coming. Mina mistress, me chinchy, man, anti my bread. Nasu Debbie, oh, where the menya can say, who be coming. Oh, day, where the menya can say, who be coming. Dofwe, ube kumi. Afedi amenya kase, ube kumi o, ube kumi. Anwo febe fonya, walking spefenia. Mina mi trase, me chichi, manati ma bread.
Date 6th October 2018. Time 7 p.m. Red carpet 5 p.m. Venue International Conference Center. Event the Adonko RTP Awards. Performances for the night: Kwame Eugene, Kidi Eddie K, and Okonfo Kwade just before his European tour. Grab your tickets for 100 Ghana cedis from Peace FM, West Hills Mall, and Achimota Mall. To vote for your favorite TV or radio personality or program, go to Play Store, download the RTP Awards application, then select the category to vote. For Stacey Amwatin to win more awards, vote for her now. For Stacey Amwatin to win Television Development Show Host of the Year Award, text RTP D6 Stacey to 1422. For Restoration with Stacey to win Television Program of the Year Award, text RTP D9 Restoration to 1422. The Adonko RTP Award is brought to you by Adonko Yas Sanitary Pad, SO Herbal Center, Dofio Roofing Systems, Special Drinks, Papa's Pizza, Holiday Inn Hotel, Alisa Hotels, New Fashions, Innovate Advertising, Eden Security, and Sumisura by Abdul, a step ahead in tailoring.
I love to eat a tasty breakfast in the morning. Something delicious and healthy, filled with vitamins. That's my day right, makes me so bright. Keeps my body happy. Let me tell you about what I eat. It's my secret. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Wow! I say hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Crunchy!
Hooch, healthy for everyone.
Restoration.
So how difficult was this for the children? Did they understand what was going on? Did they know that he could leave us anytime soon?
Yes, they knew. They knew he was sick, and beginning they didn't know he would leave us. But as time went on, my husband even told them. He called all of them. He blessed all of them, including myself, and we made them understand the situation. That our life on this earth is but a short time. At any point in time, the Lord can call you when he feels your work is done.
It's done.
Yes, so we talk about him today. They know he has gone back to the Creator.
So the last days of his life, how was it? Did you know that it's going to happen this week? Or is something that just took you by surprise?
We didn't know the day nor the hour, but during those last days, he started hallucinating. He would say something and in some few minutes or hours, that thing will happen. He would tell you, you said this person is coming here. And in fact, I had not said anything. And before you realize that person is here. Wow. Yes, my kids will be there. He'll tell me, tell Bobby to stop like banking the door, playing with the door. And Bobby is just seated here. The next minute, Bobby is doing that. He started seeing things ahead.
Before time.
Yes, before time. And so
did that scare you?
It didn't. It didn't scare me because the doctor told me that would happen.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was in constant communication with the doctor. So at a point, she told us to take him back. In fact, Kolebu didn't want to take my husband anymore.
Why?
Because his state, it got to a state that his sickness was infectious. Even people were worried about myself and the children. And they felt keeping him at the hospital will not heal him. And so the doctor advised that if we could get a doctor at home who could be coming to check on him, so that every 2 weeks we'll go back for review. So that was what we were doing until it became very serious. I had to call the doctor, and she asked me to send her back to Kolebu. I took him to the emergency, and they didn't take him. They said there was no bed, and I had to take him to polyclinic. And when I took him to polyclinic, with the polyclinic, they told me that his situation was not meant for polyclinic, that I'm supposed to take him. Yeah, so they gave me another note to take to the emergency
at Kolebu.
At Kolebu. And so they didn't. So I had to bring him. It was really...
So you were torn between Kolebu, the polyclinic, back to Kolebu, and they still insisted they were not taking him.
They didn't. So I brought him. It didn't take long.
So you had to drive him back home?
Yes. I took him home.
Were you alone?
Yes, I was alone.
No family member? No friend?
The church were very supportive. There were times the church had to come in to help.
But on that last day, or let's say those few hours,
yes,
you were just with your husband?
No. With that, it happened on the 26th at dawn to
Boxing
27th.
Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happened was 26th night, he couldn't sleep on the bed. We had a special bed for him. He said he would not sleep. He would sleep in the couch, the hall, and I slept on the floor. But none of us slept. He would sleep on one side, and you realize he'll get up again. He'll tell you, it's as if he's being dragged by a sudden force, yeah. But the body was restraining. It started from 26th, and I had to go to my next door neighbor and call her to help. In fact, when I went, I was crying, and this was the first time she had seen me cry. And she said, "Nana Mami," they call me Nana. It was a compound house. And Nana Mami, you've been so strong throughout these months. Why are you crying at this time? So she advised that I should call my church members to come. So I called, and my husband's friend had come from Takrady to
visit.
Yes. So I also called him. We have a friend who is a nurse. I called her too. And so these people came together on the 27th, early morning, and we realized that it was time. He was saying things. He could sit. We realized something was forcing to come out, but the body was restraining. In fact, at that point, I really understood how separation of the spirit and the body is when you are dying. And so we quickly took him to Kolebu again.
How was it? Like, he was seated there,
yes,
talking to you, but you felt the soul was gone.
Yes, it was going. It was like it had begun leaving, but something was drawing it back. It began leaving, not even on the 27th, before 27th. But something was bad. On that day, it became intense. He would be seated and he would he is like he wants to come forward, but the body would want to
Stay still.
yes, stay still. And then he'll be saying things, I want to eat this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And when during those around the few hours that he was passing on, we realized that some of the things that he was saying happened. Like the food he wanted to eat, it was brought to him. Like he could say things ahead of time. And so we went to the same emergency with the help of the nurse. He was given a bed and they had to take his blood sample for a lab. He wasn't stable. He wasn't stable. In fact, they couldn't take out the blood. 2 doctors tried, they couldn't take out the blood. So the doctor called me and started asking, it was a new doctor, so she started asking me questions. And at that point, I knew she just wanted to engage me.
Yeah. So your mind is
Yes,
off.
but my mind was still there. He was just behind me. My mind was still there, so I could turn and look at him. And the questions she was asking, everything was in his folder. So and the person is there suffering. So I really didn't see why.
The essence.
Yes, the essence. And we were there when the same nurse came and called the doctor. And there I realized that, in fact, it was as if something huge was coming out of me. So I turned, the doctor stood up and went, and I also stood up. And when we got there, he had given up the ghost.
When it dawned on you, how crazy had your world become at that time?
I can't describe what happened there, but I felt whole. I felt so empty at that moment. I could do anything to anyone at that moment. Yes. So I cried, and his friend and the wife took me out of the emergency room. I knew everything had come to an end.
How were you able to break the news to the kids?
The kids at that time, I think we had taken them to our family friend. So it took a while. We didn't tell them instantly. It took a while before we told them. But they knew. We prepared them
for it.
So my son cried. My oldest son, he really cried.
So when that chapter was closed, how did you eventually pick yourself back up?
Okay. It wasn't easy for me because even when he was buried, I wasn't there. I was in the hospital. Yes.
Oh, so you could not take part in the ceremony?
No.
Not even the laying in state and all?
No. On the Friday, we buried him on the 21st. On the 20th, I collapsed. I was admitted at the hospital, and I was there till the Sunday. So he was buried. And it was a tough time for me. A lot happened. Concerning his burial. A lot.
What happened? I want to know. A lot of women come out to talk about these things, and we think it's a joke. We think it's something we see in movies. What happened? Someone, an elderly woman said something to me last week that when a man dies, it's always a wife that kills the man.
Mm.
But when a woman dies, it's normal. Did you have any of such stress?
In fact, people did not directly come up to say it, but from the issues that came up, it was like I'd say maha omunya, and his sister, even made a comment that say we will mehu. Oh yes, and the whole scene was like there was anger from the family to me.
Towards you, but
Yes,
when he was
towards
sick,
me.
was the family available?
Yes, some of them were.
Where? Okay.
Some of them could call.
Did they see your struggles with him?
It started from there. At a point, his brother wanted to take him to Kumasi, which he didn't want to. And it was like, I am restraining or I am instigating that. But my husband never lost his mind throughout the sickness. He was very sharp. He made decisions for our family. And so all decisions he made when he was sick was from his,
was made by him,
yes,
and not by
and
anybody.
Not by anybody. But they had issues with me. And it linked up to the time that he was buried. Yes.
Was that
I
why
remember
you collapsed? Was it a lot of stress?
I think I was stressed up. I had gone through a lot. So that's Friday. And I think it all summed up to my collapsing.
You just had a shutdown.
Yes. I don't know how it happened, but I realized I was in the hospital.
So you didn't even get the opportunity to see his face for the last time?
No. The last time I saw his face was when he died at the emergency. And I was part of the team that took his body to the morgue. So I would say that was the last time.
How? I'm just trying so hard not to use the word difficult. How stressful has it been for you? Living without him after he died with the children. How stressful has it been?
It has been challenging, very, because many a times I need to make a decision on the kids, on my business, on myself, and we used to do it together. And when he tells you something, if you don't listen to him, something else goes wrong. And so I've always been worried. When it comes to making decisions. I always wish that he was alive. At times I'll just be talking. What would you have me do if you were here? If this situation, like you were here to meet this situation. I always think of what he would tell me to do. But one of his good friends has always been there for us. And so if I have any challenge, he's the one I always follow. But aside that, it's been stressful. It's been very, very stressful, but we've managed. We've managed.
It is well. People say sometimes when you lose loved ones, you see them in your dreams. They come to you, they talk to you. Have you ever experienced?
Yes, I have. He did come.
Your dreams?
Yes. I wouldn't say it was a dream. I saw him. It was like he was present.
Yes.
I was sleeping. I had visited my the same family friend, my husband's friend. After he passed, because of all the things that happened, they asked me to come stay with them, which I did. And he came. He was in white, like in a suit form, and he was glowing. And he came with so many people. I would say it was even a vision, because it wasn't as if a dream, as we always say, but it was clear.
It was so real.
So real. And I could understand what I was seeing, what was happening. There are times you dream or you see something that nobody talks, but you are shown things in that scene. You understand what you are seeing, and that was how it was.
So it was a glorious scene.
Yes. There was another time, that was before I even went to Takoradi. A woman approached me. After the incident, I had to stay with a family friend to avoid so many things. And so I came out and I've been worrying. And the woman was passing by the house and she came back. And she asked me, is this your house? And I said, no. So I explained what brought me there. And she said a whole lot. In fact, when she was talking, I knew it was my husband.
Was it?
Yes. And she was in a tattered clothes, she was in tattered clothes with a Bible, and she encouraged me, gave me a scripture in Isaiah that I should. And when I went back to the room, when I read that scripture, the scripture was talking to me. It was that I knew he was the one talking through
the woman to you.
He watches over me and my kids. With the sort of man that he was, he won't just leave us like that. He's around. He's always around. He's always been around us.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is this supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection, I got.
Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day. From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps. We know where you are in life, and we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
I want fair before you. Walking's before you. Me dress, me chichi, manati my bread. Na so debi, where the menya can say, Ubekumi. Me dress, me chichi, manati my bread. Na so debi, oh, where the menya can say, Ubekumi. Ode, where the menya can say, Ubekumi, oh. Ubekumi, dofwe, ubekumi, afedi amenya kase, ubekumi o, ubekumi. Awo febe fonya, walking's fefenia. Mina mitrase, mechichi, manati mabre.
Date 6th October 2018. Time 7 p.m. Red carpet 5 p.m. Venue International Conference Center. Event the Adonko RTP Awards. Performances for the night: Kwame Eugene, Kidi Eddie K, and Dokonfo Kwade just before his European tour. Grab your tickets for 100 Ghana cedis from Peace FM, West Hills Mall, and Achimota Mall. To vote for your favorite TV or radio personality or program, go to Play Store, download the RTP Awards application, then select the category to vote. For Stacey Amwatin to win more awards, vote for her now. For Stacey Amwatin to win Television Development Show Host of the Year award, text RTP D6 Stacey to 1422. For Restoration with Stacey to win Television Program of the Year award, text RTP D9 Restoration to 1422. The Adonko RTP Award is brought to you by Adonko Yas Sanitary Pad, SO Herbal Center, Dofio Roofing Systems, Special Drinks, Papa's Pizza, Holiday Inn Hotel, Alisa Hotels, New Fashions, Innovate Advertising, Eden Security, and Sumisura by Abdul, a step ahead in tailoring.
I love to eat a tasty breakfast in the morning. Something delicious and healthy. filled with vitamins. That's my day right, makes me so bright. Keeps my body happy. Let me tell you about what I eat. It's my secret. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Wow! I say hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Crunchy!
Hooch, healthy for everyone.
How were you able to move forward, to leave all that you went through in the hands of family, in the hands of even some friends? Because sometimes the friends even do more harm by not talking but saying things behind you.
Yes.
How were you able to move on, and how great has your life become now?
I would say my work helped me. I was told that when your husband dies, you are supposed to stay home for 6 months. One of my leaders in the church told me that, Theresa, you cannot sit home. Who will feed you?
Your children.
Yes. Has somebody come to give you money for the kids? I said no. He said, don't stay home, go back to work. And so after I came from Takrade, I prepared, my shop had been closed. I sew. And for a while, my shop had been closed. Yeah. And we had thought of starting an institute as well with my husband. So before he passed on, we rented an apartment in our home to start that. But he didn't live to see it. And so I did everything to start the business again. So I would say that is what kept me going. It is something that I love. And we started with 6 students, and that was just last year. Mm-hmm. We trained them. I have workers. In total, we are 5. And we also have advisors who are 6 who come in to support us. I've gone through some entrepreneurship trainings as well. So my mind is always occupied. There are times, yes, I'll go back to think, but most of the times I'm working. And God being so good, we've graduated 5 students. We currently have 22 students.
Wow.
Yes. And
I'm amazed.
Even the work has been a challenge. When we started in my hall with just one machine. And during the times that he felt ill, with those who sew, there are times you have to disappoint people. In fact, those times I had to disappoint people.
A lot of people.
And it wasn't because I wanted to, but because we needed money. Yes, we needed money. And so when someone brings the fabric, I would want to. There are times I even had to sleep in the shop when my husband was sick at home, just to be able to finish someone's clothing. Yes, and it was tough. So after the whole thing, I lost a few clients because I had disappointed them. But that wasn't what we had planned for the business. But God being so good, we've had new clients as well. We are doing well. It started in 2014, but the school started just a year ago. And like I said, we have 22 students. We are hoping that things will go well as we keep working for it to grow.
So are you looking forward to remarry?
We talked about it before my husband passed on.
Oh.
Yes. Personally, I said no, but he said I should. I'm looking at many things, especially my children. I have 3 children. And recently I discovered that my 3rd child has autism. And so if I'm marrying, it should be someone who loves the kids.
Who understands.
Who is ready to, I come with a package. Who is ready to pick up that package. It shouldn't be just me, but my children come first.
Well, love my dogs.
It's all in the hands of the Lord. If I have to remarry, fine. But if I have to stay like this, it's in His hands.
You see, mostly you laugh. But today everybody has just gone mute. Like everybody is quiet. I can see Adra's face. She's in so much shock. God bless you. I don't know where you get the strength from, but I pray for more strength for you. Because things that you would have usually dealt with as a couple, you would now have to be the father and the mother. So I pray for a lot of strength for you. I pray for open doors.
Amen.
I pray for helpers, especially in your business, so your business can grow. When the business is big enough, you will be able to have money you can call your own and give your children the best. I believe God, who has started a good thing, will bring it to a perfect end, and it will be to His glory.
Amen.
God bless you so much. Please, let's give it up for her. I'm still moved. This year, I told myself I wasn't going to cry on the show, and I am trying so hard not to drop a single tear. So what I mean, you are a perfect role model for women. You're a perfect role model for women. You are a woman that every woman should look up to, especially in such situations. I can't seem to put myself in your shoe. I can't seem to put myself in your shoes. Most women would flee. Am I lying?
Yeah.
Most of you would flee. Or let me say, most of us might flee. But you were there for the good and the bad. For that, God bless you. And I think women watching us across the world should learn from Theresa. It's not only about the Ferraris, the designer bags, the designer shoes. Even in that time, you have to be there till the very last minute. So my role model for this year is Theresa, honestly. You've won my heart, hands down. Because most people send us letters on social media. But there was something about your letter. I just needed you to come and share. And I'm grateful you did. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So, before we leave, special package for you, especially for the kids. Can we have our product from Lexta Ghana, the producers of Yaz and Huge Conflicts? Tell the kids they just won another auntie. Now we're family. On Restoration, you just don't come to share your story. We want to be part of your lives. So this is coming from Huge Conflicts. Kindly give it to the kids. Let them have fun. And the special package from Yas for you.
Thank you very much.
You're such a strong woman.
Thank you.
So before I let go of you, I just want to do this publicity for you for free.
Okay.
What's the name of your business? Where can we find you? Can you make me something on this show? I want to wear it and just support you.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Okay, so the name of the business is MBA Mode, and we have MBA Mode Institutes.
So you made what you're wearing?
Yes.
Okay.
And we are currently located at Teshi on the Triblow Road.
Okay.
But in next month, we'll be having a branch at Adenta. We'll be moving from Teshi to Adenta. So we'll be running Teshi and Adenta from next month to December. Then in January, we'll finally settle in Adenta. Okay. So we are enrolling students. Our focus is to help students who learn fashion designing become self-employed. We want students to become self-employed. And so if you are interested in learning how to make clothes, either men or women, we urge you to contact us.
What's your phone number? I know I'm overrunning, but I really want to do this for you. What's your phone number?
0244 228754. 0244 228754. We are on Instagram, MBA_mode. We are on Facebook, MBA mode. And our website is www.mba-mode-gh.com.
Okay. So I'll get my editor to put all this out there. And as much as possible, anytime I get opportunity on this show, I will just share it for you. On my social media pages, I will do the sharing for you.
Thank you.
Okay, because I have a good feeling you're great. You're born for great things. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I show appreciation to?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So in the course of the business, the struggles, before my husband passed away, we had this woman, Sister Terry. She was a missionary in Ghana, and she has a foundation in the US. And in fact, I just sold her clothes for her, and through that, we became partners. And so they've been supporting needy students in my institute.
Wow.
They pay part of the fees, whilst the student also pays part in order for them to have training and become self-employed. So the 5 students we graduated, the foundation gave them industrial machines and then another package for them to set up. And that is what we are looking out for. We want to empower women. We want them to become champions. And so all not only women, anybody at all who is interested, be it a student, you are a housewife, you're a corporate worker, and you have passion for fashion, we would want you to enroll at MBA Mode Institute.
All right, darling, don't worry. I'll push this agenda.
Thank you.
Okay, because it's just heartfelt. So thank you very much for watching Restoration with Stacey one more time. And please don't let it be just this one more time. I want it to be a lot more times. Every time we bring you stories that will motivate you, that will change your life, that will let you see life with a different eye lens, that there is always hope at the end of the tunnel. Thank you to our sponsors, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Yas Washing Powder, and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, to GTP New Style Special Mold. Thank you all very much. Ophelia of ABS Collection, thank you very much for my outfit. Roji One Hair Studio at Darkman Kokompe Eye Clinic. Jemima, thank you so much for my hair. And Afro Chick, ladies, I need to give you Afro Chick.
Okay.
Because you're a natural lady,
Sure.
right? So for your natural hair, we're giving you the opportunity to really extend it. It can become longer, 10 inches, 20 inches. Call us, we'll deliver to you wherever you are in the world. Just call the number 020-274-7464 and we will deliver your natural hair to you. It doesn't matter where you are. And for those of you who have said, oh, you are in season 9, we've missed so many episodes, just go to YouTube and type Restoration TV GH and you would find all content from the first season till now. So please, when you go to YouTube, make sure you subscribe so that anytime a new content is on, you would have the opportunity to watch that one too. Always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you same time next week.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you.